TNC up against the wall. Can they clutch it?
Yeah, and so again, this is going to be crucial for TNC to allow SD to have a good time, good rotation. He is going to be, this is already starting off better for him, right? He's going to kind of have free reign on his side of the jungle. At least Yawi not going to actually be able to invade that much. And now the focus here, CarlTZ. This is where we see who grabs this first minor, very minor objective, this Lith Wanderer. It is probably just going to go in the hands of TNC. Retribution comes out, and they grab that. They're happy with it.
Now, one thing that we can say about SDCYZ with the THAMS is that it's very quick, and that's the nature of the THAMS, which is one thing that you have to exploit, really. Benthics cannot do the same as what Yawi did earlier on, because as you notice, every time that he threatens for CarlTZ's for invading CarlTZ, Sanji or Yawi is always there. So it's like a defensive maneuver coming out from Echo. Because if you look back in the previous game, the reason why Benthics wasn't able to guard his jungler was because he had to take care of the Irithel, which had a negative, how to say this, a losing matchup versus Melissa, just because of the cuddles. Now, if you're looking at Echo, the Phobius can be left on his own because he's a fighter anyways. And that's also true with Sanford, so they don't have to care as much the side lanes. By the way, Sanford started in... Oh, Yasuo actually started in the XP lane. That's interesting.
Good switch up. Again, you're going to lose against the Phobius.
Yeah.
Up top, though.
Interesting, right? Cram in the gold lane here. 1 versus 2. Showing the strength of this Hylos for now, but you know, luckily you have Yawi there with the guiding wind, disengaged. They do grab the turtle though, so already starting early, starting better off here for TNC in this game too.
Oh yeah, signs of life, and they're putting CarlTZ up against the wall because again, this is what you can expect. Ling needs a lot of time to scale up, and it's quite the opposite, literally night and day for SDCYZ. Minute 1, he was already up in your face. It's TNC's turn to do the same.
And it's going to be dependent on how they rotate with SDCYZ. They have to really put the pedal to the metal, as we always talk about, and they are going to start.
Yeah, but will they? Little guiding wind out of there. Sanji going to be just fine, but now they're trying to invade this side of the jungle from CarlTZ. TNC looking to pay back here, but still, again, it is a difficult time for CarlTZ, even though he is on this Ling. He's just going to continue to focus up to just bob and weave around the map, hop around, grab the XP that he can, because even with Cram going in the gold lane on this Hylos, it's his scaling. I mean, I know he's a tank and everything, but he's going to be kind of a hassle to deal with, honestly, especially in those team fights later on. Just with that glorious pathway and everything else being so tanky, kind of that continuous DPS damage that Hylos does as well. So CarlTZ has got to be actually pretty careful on initiations. Yeah,
which is something I'd like to commend. The way TNC drafted here, game number 2, they're so thrifty, so frugal. They literally need very little gold to actually be a threat. And Echo is quite the opposite. Again, I said how much night and day these two lineups differ, but now even in terms of items and effectivity on the battlefield, Echo needs about, what, 5 or 6 more minutes to even start calling fights.
That's right, and they have to really just give it all to CarlTZ. He's going to be doing the heavy lifting when it comes to the damage department. Surely you can expect some of that coming up from Benikiri, but the way that this lineup is designed, it's not going to be focused on the marksman or the gold laner. The position 1 here for Echo, the real funneled position, is going to be CarlTZ's lane from the jungle.
Yeah, and you can see they're already going to give it a go here on the bottom side. Cram now switching, right? They've switched the lanes once again. But Turtle's going to be up here. It is grabbed by SD. So very nice on the objectives this time around for TNC. The thing is, can they convert that later on into these skirmishes, these team fights that are going to happen? Because as of now, there's no first blood just yet.
As quiet as it was. These kinds of games where it is very quiet when it comes to the kill department, surely Echo likes this, especially if the lead is just 500.
Well, they're going to crash down here on the top side, deep into territory. Yasuo going to be fine, though. Crossbow of Tang is popped. King Salmon joining the party, doing the damage that he can. Does have the black shoes. Benthics now there, too. Can't get a target, though. Thought he was going to look for something, but does not have the way of the dragon available to him. If he did, that could have possibly been the first blood for TNC.
And Echo didn't even wait for their timings. interesting to see that when they saw that there are a few members of TNC up top, they saw it as an advantage or a little bit of an opening. They already started with the ultimate, but the moment that they saw that they cannot get a kill, they dispersed immediately and just went back to farming. So these are some of the minor openings. It's like when you're going for, when it's a boxing match, right? You just throw in some jabs in there, waiting for your opening. They found a slight opening in the defense of TNC, but the moment that they saw that there will be a counter punch, they immediately retracted back to their position.
Peaceful scuffle is what it is.
Oh,
Yawi committing the flicker.
Circle Eagle comes out. Yasuo going to be the next target here. Does get terrified. Still going to be okay, but deep under the turret. Demonic Force goes. Benny Cutie grabs a kill. And now it's Carl Teasy here. King Solomon going to be in trouble. Has to back off for now. So a lot of mobility coming out from the Echo Express.
Shades of their Season 9 games, the way they debuted as the super team. That's exactly what you can expect. Forward flicker, 6 minutes in. We don't have the items just yet, but maybe we can get a kill, and indeed they did.
Yeah, it's on to Yasuo, a very important target to go for, which means that TNC, they have to trade with at least this turtle. Already Sanford held into the turtle. This is a delaying tactic. Gonna be buying a few more seconds as Echo is able to take up the push top lane. The Fulvius Demonic Force has cooled down. Maybe they can fight after the Lord fight. Now TNC wants to fight themselves.
They find the target with the Way of the Dragon. Sanford, the one to fall here. Turtle now going to be worked on, but it is secured by Carl Teasy with finesse. Cleanly takes it, and they're going to back off. They're happy with the trade.
So did SDZOZ actually commit the retribution just for the kill onto Sanford? Because what we're seeing right now, it did. My God, that gave Carl Teasy the go signal. That's no wonder why he aggressively went in and really just took it away from TNC. I think that's a loss for TNC, all things considered.
Telegraphed, yeah, no, I mean, Sanford for the turtle in the grander scheme of things, Echo's happy with that.
Exactly.
I mean, despite TNC grabbing the first two, you know, you still got to consider the fact that Carl Teasy, he has just technically been in vacation mode, right? Yeah. He really hasn't had to do much on this lane just yet, and they seem to be happy with that if they can continue to play around with this, because even with the little swap that TNC did, you know, was it enough? Like, did that result in what they wanted to bring to this game? Because at the same time, the only one that's died is Yasuo, right? Which eventually you're going to be looking for the 1-1. You're going to be looking for Yasuo to be pumping out the damage here for TNC.
And they could have thrown it off timing, because look!
Yasuo once again going to be the focus here. Demonic Force after Demonic Force. Pops the crossbow of Tang. Can't get the kill just yet. And it's Carl Teasy that punishes Yasuo. King Solomon under the turret. bent things, trying to get back to base here. There you go. Benny Cutie, the one to fall. Nice little outplay there coming out from King Solomon.
Wolf, what's the economics on this? Benny Cutie and Yawi for Yasuo.
I think that for Echo, what they really wanted to do is just to get the kill onto Yasuo. And this is like, think about it. The Yasuo is the gold laner for TNC, and you can consider Echo, Carl Teasy is also the gold laner. So it is a trade-off that Echo really likes, because now they're giving all of the eggs onto the basket we call Carl Teasy. Yeah, surely they had to sacrifice Benekute and Yawi for that one, but overall, like I said, in the grander scheme of things, Echo are happier with that kind of trade.
Yeah, well, now in the mid lane, they're still going to be looking. I mean, it is the first Lord of the game that's up. Benny Cutie going to spot out Ben Things here. We're going to see both teams actually just try to fight for positioning here. Really, though, there's not much space for either team, right? There is one turret down from Echo on the top side, so that will give them a very minor advantage. And you look, you can see that they're still focusing on the bottom side too. Sanford putting pressure there, wants to keep Cram away, because still having this Hylos here is a big component to those team fights.
Yes, and that's a very important factor to think about if you are following TNC, because what Echo is doing, if you'll notice, they clear out the wave so quickly, and then they get into the objectives. Now at this point, TNC will have to think, do we go for the Lord, do we go for the lanes, or do we go for the buffs? You can only pick up one.
Oh man, right now they're going to try to force their way into the Lord Pit, but look at the damage coming out. They find 2 kills here, and it's SD that goes down. Make it 3 as Sanford grabs the double kill. And now they're just in a position to take the Lord and take some turrets here in the mid lane. It's Cram and Yasuo trying to do their best here to defend. The 1-2 punch, Cram going to be quite low, able to survive, but it's the flame flame shot fade away from Benny Cutie. They grab the Lord, they grab the turret.
Benny, what a menace. Could have sworn Cram was confident saying, I can get away, we'll come back, we'll defend, but no, Echo still pedal to the metal, forcing it. They might even get this tier 2.
Yep. But we're just talking about confidence. There's one player that you can be confident playing the fighter in the gold lane, particularly the Phobius. That's gonna be Benny Cutie. He's already signed that. It's already patented for Echo when Benny Cutie is playing that they are gonna have a good time. And it not only does it give so much of a space for Echo, it's a direct counter to something like a 1-1 who happens to not be picking up any advanced attack speed item. Because if you're playing against the Phobies, you want to rush that Wind Talker and the Corrosion Scythe. This time, with the Demon Hunter Sword, surely it can pierce through some of the tankiness of Echo, but you still cannot dodge the Demonic Force. You want to build up on attack speed so that you can at least try to outplay Benny Cutie on this Phobius with the Demonic Force, but it's not yet available for TNC.
Well, right now, TNC has to defend against this Lord. It is just a normal one, so it should be made quick work of. But Echo actually looking to just put some pressure here on the top side. Bentham's going to get poked down, looking to grab the first inhibitor turret if they can. But TNC doing a good job at defending for now.
Keeping it together. Echo's going to start choking out the resources that TNC has in their own side of the jungle, shrinking their effective space to farm. And there's an engage!
They go deep into the base of TNC.
Oh
They grab Yasuo, the perfect target. Carl TZ going to be able to bob and weave out of there. They do get the turret that goes down too. Without Yasuo, they lack a ton of damage, but they're still going. Carl TZ grabbing a kill on SD. Can they get Sanford? Benny Cutie with the backup, the Demonic Force. Looking for Cram. Can't get it though. Blocked. King Solomon blocks that flame shot perfectly.
Real bro move.
Real bro move. And King Solomon at least preserve this.
Ben things with a kick, the way the dragon, they find one out of it. So Echo, they grab 2 turrets. They stay a little bit too long, but they're going to take the resources from TNC.
Still a massive win for Echo. And you can see Carl TZ just biding his time, waiting for the right moment to start. That true Ling playing like a sweeper for his team. And Echo already starting with the confidence of Yaoi as well as Benny Cutie. And TNC is finding it so difficult when the fights do erupt. When it comes to defenses, they do have their tools, but when it comes to a full 5v5 fight, it seems like Echo have their number.
What's Bentham's thinking here? Going for the conceal. Oh, just trying to rotate into those bushes.
I think he's just trying to get away. You know, Carl TZ was there. Again, the next Lord is now up. And, you know, Carl TZ to be able to spend the early game in vacation mode. Now he's sitting on 4 kills, picks up the BOD. He's in a good position here to, I mean, this is what everybody wants to see from a Ling, right? And this is the time to shine, basically. Now you're going to most likely take the Lord for free. I don't think you could do much. Look at the zoning just coming out from all the members of Echo.
Look how fast Carl's taking it, almost alone.
Just
Sanford came in the last 2 seconds, but now a fight breaking out.
They're going to give the go here, actually punching in. Cram had to use the ultimate, the Glorious Pathway, not going to have that available to them anymore. And Echo just going to wait for these minions to push in. They've only got the bottom turret here to handle, and then wait for the Lord.
Echo pumping the brakes there. Could have been disastrous. Could have been disastrous. Now they know they have to wait for their 6th man. They have to wait for the Lord.
Oh, they have forced the Glorious Pathway. Surely it will be back quite soon, but maybe not in time to save their bottom lane turret for now. And Echo, in their own terms, this could be hashtag endable for Echo.
Well, they lead in with the Lord here. There's the kick from Ben Things, looking to find a target. Numbers advantage. Carl TZ popping the damage, but they can't get a kill just yet. It is 3 that fall. It is Carl TZ that cleans that up, and that's going to be it. Echo sweeping the series here against TNC.
Classic Echo Express fashion with a double fighter setup and a funneled Ling in the hands of Carl TZ. Surely we gave him the Barretts in the previous game, but for now we're back in more Carl TZ-esque kind of heroes with the Ling and Lord Shen being very proud of that performance.
Is that Gary Oldman?
It is Gary Oldman.
That's Gary Oldman. from the hit film Kung Fu Panda 2. All right, so that being said, this puts Echo in quite the position